An alien sighting in that area.
Alien sighting in the area. Aliens,
right
that's what's going on.
I
They're
mean,
10 feet tall. Aliens invading Miami.
Are those aliens walking in front of Bayside Marketplace?
8 to 10 feet tall, shadowy aliens.
Florida ranks second for UFO sightings.
Miami police clearing the area. Everybody running out of the mall in panic and people running in the streets terrified. There is never a dull moment in Miami, Florida, especially at Bayside Marketplace, where you would go shopping and run into 10-foot aliens wandering around and causing all kinds of chaos. People panicking, running in the streets, police all over the place. Was this because of aliens, or was this because of gunshots or fireworks? This is footage that I went over the other time in my previous video where I saw this shadow figure and I needed to get a closer look to see exactly what I was looking at. So I used some video enhancement software to get a more in-depth look at this shadow figure to see whether or not this was real or something that was fabricated. Now, we're going to go on to something new that I had discovered. During my previous investigation of the alien footage from Bayside Marketplace, I was able to distinguish between what was fabricated and what was real, and I was very intrigued on what I discovered. What makes these alien sightings more believable is that in Florida, there has been numerous reports of UFOs and alien sightings. People have reported UFOs in the sky. They have seen lights zigzagging and flying saucers hovering.
New tonight, the government is talking about hundreds of UFO sightings. Did they finally confirm aliens exist?
Florida has about 170 UFO sightings just in that one state. So the probability of aliens existing is much higher. The person inside Bayside Marketplace Mall had panned the camera, and then when they turn it back again, this happens. Now this is some kind of artifact or interference in the video, and it makes me wonder if this was something that was intentionally fabricated or if this was something that had to do with aliens. Now someone sent me a video clip from the security camera inside Bayside Marketplace Mall, and in there was something very intriguing, so I decided to take a very close look at it and do some video enhancements. Now here is some security footage from Bayside Marketplace that I have come across, and what I've noticed right here is this cloud-like figure that's right there in the screen. Now this here looks like it could be some kind of interference or smudge mark, but I'm going to take a closer look, do some video enhancements, and what I'm seeing right now is something that's very pronounced and looks like it's something more than a smudge. And as I change the enhancements, we get a better idea of what shape it is. Now this is definitely pronounced, and it looks like it's something more than a smear mark or a piece of dust or any kind of light reflection or interference. Now this is very possible that this could be some kind of electromagnetic interference, but this also could be what many believe to be a portal. The portal that brought the alien or aliens to Bayside Marketplace, which created all the commotion and chaos and panic and police to be all over that mall. Now this could be just some kind of interference in the video and not related to any portal. So looking at this makes me wonder what this possibly could be. Now, what do you think it may be? Let me know in the comments. Now here, there's the footage again, and there was something that just moved over in that footage. Now, I don't know if that's related to that image that I was just looking at with you, or if that is something else. Now here, there's some shadows. Now some of these shadows here at this mall don't match with the people walking. The shadows are out of place, and there's nobody there to make those shadows. As you see, these people are walking that way, and those shadows are over there. So it makes me wonder, what's causing those shadows? After reviewing the security footage from the mall, seeing those shadows out of place behind the people make me think that there's something more out there. The light sources would have created shadows in different positions, and the shadows that were off to the side had no source to create those shadows. Some people were saying that those people that were in the footage were aliens, and the shadows were the aliens' shadows as well. And some were visible as people, and some were not, but they were still creating the shadows even though we did not see them. Now, I find that pretty intriguing. Now, some people were sharing some footage from inside a mall showing a portal opening up, and then people were panicking around the portals. Now, looking at the footage, it doesn't seem like it's the same mall. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. So this light comes from the floor, and then people start to panic. They back up as this light is expanding, and it expands until it decides to just pop like a bubble. And then the people start to come closer to see what was going on. Now, do you believe that this had something to do with Bayside Marketplace, or was this some other kind of video clip from somewhere else? And do you think that this was an actual portal at some other mall besides the mall in Miami, Florida? Florida is one of the states that has the most UFO sightings compared to the rest of the U.S. With that in consideration, that leads me to believe that there is something there at Bayside Marketplace Mall. When there's a UFO, there could be an alien. When there's portals opening up, there could be aliens. Now, a lot of these things could be speculation, but some of the footage that I looked at leaves me wondering, is there something there? Because some things just don't look like they have been created with editing. Some things just look natural. And some things just look like some kind of phenomenon that could be alien related. I did a deep dive into some of the footage that I had gathered from the internet in my previous video. If you have not seen that, here is some of the footage right here, so you can take a look at that and let me know your opinion on it. If you think that this is something big, are we being visited by aliens? There is a whole lot to unfold in this video, and I just can't wait to share this with you on what I had discovered while deep diving into the footage of what was happening at the mall in Miami. Here we go again. Bayside Marketplace Mall, Miami, Florida, where you go shopping just as you're rolling into the new year and chaos unfolds, and then you start running into aliens who are out there amongst the crowds. Now, this time I decided to dig deeper, and I have some actual footage to share with you right here of what many believe to be the aliens that were at this mall in Miami. Now, with my video enhancement software, I'm able to take a better look and see exactly what others believe to be aliens and have a better idea of whether or not this could be aliens or some kind of alteration in a video, or something that's made up. So we're going to get into that right here, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the aerial views. Now, these aerial views are not very clear, but I did the best I could with the enhancements, which led me to see things that I did not see at first, especially when we get to the shadow figures. So let's start with the aerial views. Amongst all the chaos at Bayside Marketplace Mall in Miami, Florida, many believe to have seen aliens. And right here, people believe to be one of the aliens walking at the mall. But when I take a closer look, what I'm seeing are a few police officers walking towards the direction of the chaos at the mall. Now, look right here, you can see the legs walking in tandem as they're walking towards that chaos. With the large amount of police presence at Bayside Marketplace, seeing that aerial footage and the appearance of what's moving leads me to believe that it has to be police officers on foot. So after reviewing that footage and doing those enhancements, I can see that there are some discrepancies when it comes to the aerial view. Now, many thought that could have been an alien walking, but when I see that, I'm seeing police officers walking. Now, the quality of that is very poor. Now, considering the technology we have today, you would think that the quality of these drone shots would be much clearer, at least 1080p, and have better night vision as well, so that when you zoom in, you're able to get a clearer picture of what you're looking at and know that you're seeing officers or an alien or whatever it is is that you're hovering above. But in this circumstance, it's very grainy and poor quality. And when you zoom it in, you're not really getting anything clear. But I was able to distinguish that there were legs moving as if police officers were walking together side by side. Now, I don't know if that was purposely done so that people couldn't really tell what it was. And then people were led to believe it had to be aliens because they cannot zoom it in to see exactly what's going on. So that's something up for discussion or debate here. Now, right here is the shadow figure that many believe is a 10-foot alien. So I'm going to do a video enhancement here and take a closer look and see what we are looking at. Now, I do see this figure walking slowly. Now, as I do an enhancement, the figure is standing out more, and it does have a human-like shape. It's very narrow compared to a human's body, the head, the shoulders. But let me do another enhancement here and just get a better look and see exactly what we are looking at. Now, you can see the shoulders very narrow at the top there, and the head's very defined, very, very small head and small shoulders that I'm noticing right here. So it's possible to be a human, but then again, very narrow, so it leaves it up to possibly be something other than that. Now, as I do another enhancement, we're starting to see it stand out more. Now, this looks to me sort of human shape, but then again, this leads me to believe it could be something other than that. So we may be looking at something that is from another world, another portal. We could be looking at an alien right here at the Miami Mall. As far as that tall shadow figure that people claim is a 10-foot alien, now that's also very poor quality footage. Considering our technology, you'd think that would be much clearer. But I didn't see anything that looked like any kind of manipulation to video or any kind of video effects or editing. It looked like there was actually something there that was moving in that shot there. And doing that video enhancement, I didn't see any difference in the pixelation of the video. I didn't see any kind of, quality differences that could stand out if something was thrown into a video through some kind of process of editing or any kind of After Effects or things like that. To me, it looks like it's in real time. And based on what was happening, everything was going on in real time. So it was not like people had time to manipulate footage and create these illusions or edit these in, because it was happening in that moment. So it leads me to believe that there is actually something there. But whatever it is, I'm not sure, because it's definitely too tall compared to the background to be human. And it's very slender, and the head is very, very narrow as well. So it leads me to believe that it's something other than human. And so now we are down this road of it possibly being alien. An alien from somewhere. So let me know in the comments below what you think that could be based on the video enhancements that I have shared here with you on the footage that I have gathered. Do you think that this figure is an alien? Do you think that this is a person, a very tall person, a basketball player? If you do have a different angle of a video shot, it can make things look taller than they are, but based on the position of everything in relevance to the image that was caught in the background, it looks like it was pretty much held at level of a person who's around 5 feet or so. So it didn't look like it was too low of an angle or too high of an angle. So that makes me believe it's definitely something at least 10 feet tall, comparing, that to the background. So when you go shopping over at Bayside Marketplace in Miami, Florida, you're going to get more than just merchandise as you're shopping, and you're going to get more than sales and discounts and the experience of shopping in a mall. You're going to get the out of this world experience, and you never know what's going to show up. I'm just wondering what's going to happen next year. Hopefully it's not going to be crazy. I mean, alien sightings, I don't mind that, but the chaos and the fighting, that's something that, let's try to be positive and not get to that so we're all fighting. But yeah, I had a friend of mine who was thinking, it could be aliens, and doing some geographical research and some math, he come up with a theory. So you could check out my friend Omar Gosh from Omar Gosh TV. He has some really interesting footage on that situation, And he might be onto something about this whole geographical thing. So check out his videos and let me know what you think. I'm intrigued on this whole thing, and I feel like there's something out there. I mean, we are not the only ones out here. There's this way too much open space out there. There is this infinite amount of distance. There is so much out there. There's no way that we're the only people here. We are the only life form out here in this infinite opening of just never-ending everything. You know, your mind can't even comprehend all this because it never ends. We try to figure things out by starting somewhere and ending somewhere, but when there is no beginning and no end, it's like, how do we comprehend that? How do you wrap your head around all that? But anyway, that was my take on this whole thing at the Bayside Marketplace Mall in Miami, and I'm going to take a trip over there. I'm going to do some investigating, and when I do that, I'm going to share that footage. But in the meantime, I hope everybody stays safe out there, and don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Share this on social media. I appreciate each and every one of you. You're amazing. And sorry on the last video, I didn't have any actual footage in that one. And I thought back, I was like, man, I should have just threw in some of that footage and did some of the analyzing ahead of time. But I just wanted to get that out there. But this time I got the footage and I did some analyzing, and we did some of that really close looking at everything. And I hope that this helps you decide whether or not what you saw was real or not. But part of me believes that it's real, because I don't see how we're the only ones out here. Stay safe out there, and thank you for subscribing to this channel. And I do have a lot of different other kind of content on here. It's not just limited to this whole alien mall topic. I do just about any topic. So stay safe out there and take care.
I am very intrigued by the footage that I have analyzed and shared with you here in this video. And this gives me one more reason to take a road trip to Miami, Florida, and see what is going on at Bayside Marketplace. Because sometimes you just have to see for yourself, because you can't always believe what you see online. So even though I did a deep dive and did some analysis of the footage and come to a conclusion, I feel like to be 100% sure, I need to see for myself exactly what is going on and what was caught on camera, and see if anything will happen when I'm there. I just don't know exactly when I will be going there, but in the meantime, I will be exploring places and traveling places and checking different places out and sharing it here with you on this YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and share this on social media and on YouTube as well. And don't forget to smash that thumbs up. That really does help with the YouTube algorithm, helps push the video out there, helps the channel grow. So it gives me more of an incentive to create more content and share it with you here on YouTube. And hopefully I will come across some more answers when I do have a chance to go over to that mall in Miami. And when I do find something, you'll be the first to know, as long as you subscribe and have your notification bell turned on, because you don't want to miss this. And I also have a members area if you want to be able to get exclusive behind the scenes footage or early access to any videos. And I will be doing live streams as well. But anyway, here is some footage from the previous video upload that I want to share with you. So if you're interested in looking at that, you may also check that out as well. That pretty much led up to this video now. And I will just continue to pump out videos to bring you information whenever I have a chance.